WrestleMania day. I think it's like WrestleMania 31, I think. Anyway, because of this special occasion, we have a special surprise. Please welcome Long Island's owned Mr. Jerry Horror.
Hi, my name's Jerry Horror, and I will not try and sell you anything during the duration of this podcast. So, Mike, did you hear about what happened yesterday? Because it's pretty crazy.
Plane crashes, wrestling.
Oh no, we're just going wrestling. We're not delving out of the world.
Anal beads inside.
No, I mean if that was pertaining to wrestling, yes, we would talk about that. Tap Out, who is synonymous with
WWE. Actually,
yes.
Did they buy them or something? Like, what are they doing with them?
There's a company that Tap Out teamed with. Like they're called ABG. It's like all brand garments and authentic brand garments. Excuse me. What they did was, everybody in the training center and their superstars is now going to be wearing Tap Out.
Wow.
Okay. UFC now, if you remember, signed a deal recently that everybody that's in their their octagon is going to be wearing Reebok.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Really?
So just really quickly, for those fighters who are like young and they need those sponsorships, they can't get them because all your shit is Reebok.
Yeah.
So
they aren't, and they're doing the uniforms and they're making. Have you seen them? Have they laid these out yet?
They're supposed to reveal the uniforms during, I believe, the summer, probably for their big July 4th pay-per-view.
So when they say uniform, are they talking like fight shorts? Or are they talking like Speedos and
whatever you would wear? Some guys, like to wear, the Under Armour skin guard rash type stuff. Some people, like to wear the fight shorts. Some people like to wear the compression shorts. They will have that, but it will be Reebok branded. And anything that a fighter wears to the ring, especially on a pay-per-view, has to be approved. Like, they can put like cool little things, like, maybe CM Punk will put a lightning bolt.
Right.
But you can't mess with it that much.
And they released his UFC fight photos recently.
Yeah.
And I saw the comments on this one site, and everyone's like, he's fucking dead in the first round. He's getting knocked out. And then you see other people saying, no, he's been having these scrimmages or whatever in Rufasport. And supposedly he's coming a long way. I mean, he's dropping a ton of weight, which I don't know if that's going to be good or not for him, but he's easily doing it. He's got a work ethic. And if anybody could, fight at welterweight from 218 originally, I think he was, he could pull it off. But I don't know. I have a bad feeling. The only thing I could say is Dana White, He comes off as kind of like a stupid thug to me.
Yeah.
But they can't, for Tito, they can't be stupid with this.
Oh, no.
They're obviously like you said, they're going to protect their investment. They're not going to hand him to somebody who's going to fucking demolish him. In fact, they'll probably pay someone to fall to him, right? I mean, he can't lose this.
When Brock had his first fight, which was not a UFC fight, okay?
Right.
That was over in California. And
he destroyed that dude.
It was a tomato can.
Yeah, totally.
And, that's what you do for an exhibition. It's not really like a real match. It's more just a goodwill type of thing. But with Punk, there's money on the line here. There's big money. Yeah. And the other thing too is that he can have his amateur fights. He hasn't had amateur fights. That's number one. Number two, he's what, like almost 36, 37 like us?
He'll be 37. He's 6 months. He's exactly, you're October?
Yes.
So is he, yeah.
Okay. He's no spring chicken. I mean, last time that I fought was 2009 and my legs all jacked up. So what I'm saying is, at 37, you're young in life, but that's kind of like your goal. That's like your prime for fighting. That's the end.
That's just your
twilight.
Prime. Yeah, you don't start professional fighting in your late 30s.
Well, here's the other thing. How do you find a guy who's 37 years old or it's about that age and he's never had his first fight? Now, here's the problem. For his first major pro fight, he's going to have to fight a younger guy. And a younger guy is going to be faster, stronger, but also younger. Did I mention younger?
You did. Oh, by the way, that was not a plane crash just now. It was just a plane.
Just a plane.
Just a plane. That's it. Like I've always been a huge CM Punk guy. Like,
we both are. We both are.
Right, because for me, he inspired me at a good time in my life.
I agree.
My age. He came in and he did something nobody was doing. His promos was really just him being him. He wasn't trying to fake anything. He connected, he identified with at least our generation in a way that nobody was doing. He basically, to me, was a Stone Cold of the new era.
I agree.
That's what he was.
I agree. And that was my dream match. FYI. I would have loved to have seen that.
And I wonder if Vince went to Stone Cold and said, listen, you'll come back if it's Punk, right? But meanwhile, you know what, though? That's bullshit, too, because Vince he actually fined Stone Cold, right? Didn't he like charge him
Yeah.
when he came back?
Yes, he did.
Punished him and made him pay for walking out.
It's still his
Do you think
company.
Punk would ever do that? Like be like, oh yeah, I'll come back. I agree. We all made amends. I'll be at WrestleMania. And all of a sudden, that's great, Punk. By the way, just to be fair to everyone, you got to pay like $1,000 fine.
It's Vince's playground.
Yeah.
It's my toys. You know,
is it though? Because now I'm hearing Triple H is really becoming the man there.
Yes.
Like I don't know how much.
Triple H just brokered a huge deal the other day with Paramount and Disney, and it's all being hush hush.
Wow.
But what they're allowing him to do is with his WrestleMania 31 entrance, he's going to do something for the new film Terminator Genesis.
Really?
Last night they inducted Schwarzenegger into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see, because I love the Terminator films.
Yeah.
So it's going to be cool to see Triple H do this Terminator entrance.
And they're good buddies now too. Like him and I mean they go back a little bit, but now they're pretty close.
I've never seen the presence they have. Like I watched like Conan O'Brien, they had Roman Reigns on. I'm watching all these shows, and for the first time, like the NBC Universal Family, which is what Raw is on, you know, Sci-Fi and all that other good stuff, like they've really embraced WWE. To me, what WrestleMania 31 represents is change. Okay? And whether you like that change or not is, you know, the best thing that I can say about wrestling is if you're a wrestling fan, you hate wrestling.
Which is great though. That's like a part of it right
Yep.
now. Hating it is making me get into it even more.
Exactly.
I mean, yeah, I wish I didn't hate it for like the past year straight, but yeah, I mean, and now I was going to ask you, as far as Brock Lesnar, he re-signed with WWE.
3 years.
3 years.
3 years.
So now what's going to happen tonight? Because would he put Roman Reigns over in order to come back when he was already on the fence? Will he do that?
Well, you know, Sable, Rena, who was Brock's wife, did not want him fighting anymore. And to be honest with you, somebody who's had almost died from diverticulitis and gastrointestinal issues, honestly, WWE is a better place for Brock.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, he's not going in those training camps is cool when you don't have a wife and kids. But when you have a wife and kids and you're training all day, you know what goes into this. You're going to be a dick.
Well, and that's what he was doing, I think, with Dana and Lorenzo. I think he. Didn't he say something about like they were like, oh, well, we'll give you a couple of tickets to the last UFC or whatever when he was sitting with them or whatever. And he's like, oh, good, I want 3 tickets. And they're like, okay, and they gave him 3 tickets. So he was like teasing them and fucking with them. And then he gets there, they hang out, and like 2 days later, he's like, nah, like, I'm not doing it.
Well, you know, the thing is, what's crazy about this is more details came out after we found out on Friday, because, you know, that he was re-signing with WWE.
Right.
What came through the grapevine essentially was that Vince made him this, money offer. We don't know what it is. The Fertittas came back and said, we're going to give you double what Vince is giving you. He said, no.
No.
He's got kids, he's got a wife, and he likes that part-time schedule.
And I wonder how much of the CM Punk thing influenced Vince to really, really try to get Brock Lesnar over here. Because
they are a competitor. Yeah. There is no, whether it's, professional wrestling obviously has a predetermined outcome and they consider it entertainment. And that's how they avoid a lot of the boxing commissions, much to people's dismay.
Yeah.
We've got a huge UFC coming up for July 4th. We've got Pacquiao Mayweather, this dream match finally happening. We got WrestleMania is happening today. Yeah. It's a great time for combat sports.
I don't think, I don't know about you, but I don't think they've really hyped this WrestleMania very much. The promo has been kind of weak compared to the recent, like last year. Obviously, when you have The Rock a part of it, it's going to get bigger. But this year, I feel like everyone's like, so is Undertaker alive? Oh, he's alive. Is he going to be on Raw? They can't even like command these guys to come out and Raw. And that was making me nervous because last Monday he didn't show up again.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the hell's going on here?
I go to my parents' house on Mondays to watch DVR wrestling and to do my laundry, really to do my laundry. Yeah. And around Mania, my father gets interested because my father is a big fan of The Undertaker. Yeah. So we watched the second week before Raw as the promo. And he's like, "Where's the Undertaker?" He's like a little kid. He's like, "You got to be kidding me!"
Especially when they had Bray Wyatt prancing around and doing the promos, and I'm like, "Dude, he's definitely coming."
He's done a fabulous job.
He has
for a dude who has
He's kind of like becoming Paul Heyman. With the Undertaker, right?
how do you hype a one-sided fight? You hope that the legend of the Undertaker is enough. And you know what? Maybe they're thinking tonight people are going to throw down their $9.99 because they say, I want to see the Undertaker. I don't even care what he does. He might drop dead. He might kick ass. We don't know what's going to happen.
And that's the thing. Like Bray Wyatt, to me, as far as current roster wrestlers go, he's got the mic skills and he's untouchable right now.
Of course.
I mean, to me, if you look at like Paul Heyman, he's not a wrestler, but to me, he owns every crowd. He's the man on the mic. Nobody can touch that dude.
As far as this Mania, he gave more than Brock and Roman did to promote this match.
Yeah. Oh, so absolutely.
He's the MVP. To me right now, Paul deserves a bonus. That's just
he should write a book on like business or something.
He was doing it.
Really?
It was called The Heyman Hustle. I actually have it. It's in my Amazon thing because I was waiting for it to come out, and it was going to be exactly like you said about business. But
because who wouldn't buy that?
They were going to buy it, but now that he's with old Vincey boy, he's got to, he can't reveal them secrets.
Because like, there are people you listen to when it comes to business. Like we were talking the other day about Gene Simmons online, and you could say what you want about Kiss, and people have been shit-kicking their music for decades now.
Yeah, well, they haven't made a good record in 20, 30 years.
Right. I think they made like 2 records. But the thing is, they did something back in the 70s that nobody was doing. They stood out. They always did. These guys were Jewish boys. He was a teacher, I think, like a math teacher.
Yes, he was.
And they weren't getting laid. They couldn't fucking get dates. They weren't making good money. They weren't great musicians.
They were nerds.
But he had such a shrewd sense for business at the right moment in the right time. And I like some Kiss stuff. Like if I pretend, I said this the other day, if I pretend they're not singing lyrics, if I don't listen to what he's saying, I actually dig it,
like Detroit Rock City. Yeah,
it's fun stuff.
I like all that stuff. See, here's the thing with Kiss though. I read the book Kiss Unmasked.
Right.
And if you're a fan of Kiss, you probably have already read this book. But if you haven't, and you're not even into Kiss, read this book because the first 2/3 of the book is about how they did it. And they were very, very shrewd. They rented out, like the Manhattan Ballroom and made it like this big press event.
Yeah.
But there's also stories like, Mike and I are from Long Island and they were playing little bar venues and just killing it. Yeah. But really, it was about shrewd business moves and also about that love of, kabuki, because obviously, that comes from it, and the Marvel comic stuff. These are the guys who made a Marvel comic and put their blood in it. So,
dude, I used to have their color forms. Like, they had everything.
Yeah.
There's not a single product that hasn't been made by Kiss, I think.
Well, you know what? They opened the doors for it, and they showed that you could be a band. And we had one of our biggest venues that we have here that has quality acts is the Paramount.
Yeah.
And the Paramount opened strong like a motherfucker. Yeah. Their first week, they're doing Willie Nelson. Come on, man. Willie Nelson anywhere is money. Once they get tired of paying for the big names, they're like, it's all cover bands.
Well, I think Peter Cetera's, he's free next month. Why don't we?
Dude.
He's playing Westbury.
Why are we not seeing this?
We might. We might be seeing that.
I'm not kidding. You're telling me like
I fucking love Peter Cetera, especially when I'm drinking.
Dude, you're telling me the day before the show that we couldn't get cheap tickets for Peter Cetera?
Dude, we could probably get him for free.
We just tell him we're his nephews.
I know. He'll be like, yeah, let him in.
This is Mike and Jerry Cetera. He's fucking senile. He won't even know who we are. He looks like fucking Robert Redford now.
yeah. Which isn't so bad, I guess. But
could be worse. Could be worse. He's got that leathery skin. Leathery tits.
Seriously, he's playing, and I'm assuming he's got a backup band. I doubt he's going up there by himself. And I know Chicago's also playing Jones Beach, but I don't know if he's a part of them anymore. Like, I don't really follow it.
The 80s, that's another band, like the 86. There's been like 3 core composers that have stayed with them.
Yeah.
But they've had like 150 members go through it. Probably Jesus more Christ. With touring guys.
Can you imagine the fights they had? Like Peter Cetera's like, I'm not going to take this anymore. He like walks out.
You know what the thing was, man? Chicago had a couple of really great hits in the 70s, like Saturday in the Park and all that. And then it became the 80s. They needed a good-looking frontman who could bring them pop hits. It's just like when Van Halen brought in Sammy Hagar.
Yeah.
No disrespect. I love the David Lee Roth stuff more, but
I kind of prefer the Hagar stuff, to be honest.
Hagar gave them the hits.
And I know a lot of people, if they're listening, they're going to be like, fuck this podcast, you just said that. But fuck you. Like, I think the songs actually hit me more.
Dude, Humans Being?
Right?
Humans Being is badass.
Jesus Christ. All right, you can listen to, like, Panama, and then you could put on, like, basically anything Hagar did that was a hit. You know, and you know what it is like. Okay, I'm married, so I guess that makes me sound like a pussy when I talk about like Peter Cetera or Sammy Hagar. But like the one benefit of drinking, and I know you're not a drinker, and I envy you for that. I do. I got to stop doing it myself probably. But the one good thing that makes it worth it is like I'll get ripped and I'll put on Spotify through this PA system.
Oh.
And as a musician, I should hate Spotify because we make no money off it. It sucks. Elton John made like
I'm on
$300, right?
Like Jerry Horror's on. It's ridiculous.
I think Elton John recently said that he made like $300 and something last year.
Yeah,
Spotify royalties.
I got half a penny in the mail.
Right, like I didn't even get that.
I didn't get that. I know.
But the fan of me goes, why am I buying records and CDs still? Like when every
$14.99 a month, dude, unlimited. I pay for it.
Spotify is it really better?
It's so much better.
What do you get?
You can go ham. You can go crazy. Anything you want.
Because I put it on right here. And I'll crank it. And I'll be like, ooh. All of a sudden, we're listening to like Dream Pop. I was telling you, I'm like,
oh, yeah.
What is Dream Pop? And I'm listening. I'm going, I kind of like
Dream
this,
Pop's
man.
great,
this is
man.
Cool.
Yeah, it's good.
And I'll put on anything, you know. And now all of a sudden, I'm going, if I know what it is, I turn it off and I start putting on new shit. Like there's so much to go through on there.
Do you know who I recently rediscovered? Billy Idol.
Yeah, you were meant.
I fucking love Billy Idol.
How old is he? He's got to be like 70 or something.
He just put out a record, and it's actually really good.
Is it?
He has a new record out, and it's crazy because I'm still learning how to be a musician. I don't know shit. But it's funny because I talk to people, and they're like, hey, you know, you're doing a good job. You understand composition. You have grasps of concepts that you don't know what they are. But
it doesn't really matter today, though, you know?
I decided for the next EP I'm going to do a cover. And I'm doing Billy Idol's Rebel Yell because I fucking love Billy Idol.
Sell too as a cover, a single online. I find that because I'm obviously, I mean, people probably know this already, but I'm a musician. My wife and I do tons of fucking shit with music, and it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I switched over to bass recently, and I love it. I'm a kid in the candy store.
I want to play bass so bad.
It's so fun to me. It's easier to me than guitar was. There's a lot of challenges, but I'm having fun with it. But the thing is, I can't help but to feel like I'm old school, and I don't mean to be.
Oh no.
But when I listen to like what's out there, like I don't know who Ariana Grande or whatever. I don't know anything about her. But if you talk about like Christopher Parketing, I'll be like, oh my god, he's like the most amazing classical guitarist of all time. But if you go up to maybe 1 in 500 people will know his name. Nobody gives a shit about this man, but he's like a musician's musician. And he's insane. Yeah. But if you go up and say, you know, Justin Bieber, he's a household name. So, like what you're saying is like being a musician doesn't mean shit today. If you want to make it, if you want to make it, I guess don't do music because it's just, you know, you might as well play lotto.
There's no infrastructure for musicians.
It's fucking horrible. So, like we have some shows, and like we have one coming up, and she's running some kind of variety show in the high school or whatever for the scholarship, and we're gonna play, and I'll be on bass. She'll sing and play piano. We got the drummer, and it's gonna be great. They're a great crowd. There's like 300 to 500 people packed out in the place.
That's awesome.
So that to me makes up for the fact that we don't get paid, but we'll have fun. But I go like, where that's pretty much as the most we'll ever get is playing in a fucking high school or a local bar, and that's it. You know what I mean? The times have really changed, and some of us are having trouble adapting, I think, to that.
Well, it's really, you know, it's not easy. That's number one. Number two, it never has been easy. No. Number three, things have changed. And even for me, for somebody who's making electronica music, I'm not in that scene. I'm very reclusive. You're reclusive too. Like we're not like out, like you and I are not out at functions. Like if I was out at clubs and handing my record to DJs.
You used to be though. Like, I mean, when we were in our 20s, I mean, people went out, and that changed a lot. You know, for me, if I go out at, I don't know, like I think I was out at 10 o'clock at night 2 weeks ago, but we went to see a classical recital, you know, at Stoller Center. I go to fucking classical music.
I go to Target, and that's like, that's my week. Right. It's like, oh, I went to Target today and looked at action figures. Like, that's my fucking week. I do that all the time. I do that. They have new Hogan stuff too. They do, man.
They're charging like $20 for action figures.
Yeah,
I don't know. It seems, I don't know.
Who is it really aimed at?
Warrior, the Stone Cold. There's a lot of them I want to get, but
yeah,
I have no room for it.
I got to say, fuck Ringside Collectibles.
I was going to say, if you have anything to plug, there's a good start.
Fuck you, Ringside Collectibles. I hope all of you die a miserable death.
And you know, Jerry gave me a lot of good shit, right? He's like, shut up!
And I sold a lot of shit on eBay, you cocksuckers.
You motherfuckers.
Yeah, it's really nice.
And I will be honest, before you continue, I've gone on YouTube, I've watched what has happened since you left, and it's fucking pathetic.
But they brought in Noel Foley. They're, obviously everybody on Long Island's friends with Mick Foley. And I got to
Yeah.
tell you something about Mick Foley. Let me just say this.
I love these stories about Mick Foley.
Wait,
Before we begin, like,
Oh, yeah.
people might not know, Jerry actually worked for Ringside Collectibles, and they're, if you know the action figures, they put out the official merchandise, and they would do all these promos, videos, everything. And Jerry worked with everyone from fucking NWO, and
Yeah.
Kevin Nash was inducted in the Hall of Fame last night. There's pictures of Jerry with these guys. You did skits for Christmas with Mick Foley, and those are gems. Like, those things, they were really well done too.
Well, the thing was I was writing everything. They basically took Noelle Foley. They put her in as the host. She's very beautiful. She's a good interview, but
Right.
this show pretty much sucks dick. But here's the thing. Because she knows Daddy can get them into all the events, and they already have a relationship with the W. You see, the thing is, that was the other problem with that place. I was trying to serve the master of the boss,
Right.
trying to make WWE happy, and trying to make Mattel happy.
Right.
So you're serving three masters.
Yeah, fuck that.
Dude, all those cocksuckers, they're all fucking buying houses, brand new cars.
And you're the one that's
I was the face of
it,
the fucking brand.
But you're a natural. You improv. You can just pick up a mic and you just go, and you're yourself, and that conveys to people.
Yeah.
And that's what you did on that show. Jerry came out right away.
Yeah.
There was an energy about you that just beamed from the screen. So when that went away, it was kind of like, why would somebody keep watching this? And
I'm a fan.
That's what
That's
exactly.
it.
And I
I'm
was
a
going to
fan.
say, like, well, again, I haven't really prefaced this much, but Jerry and I have known each other. We've been friends since like middle school or some
38
shit.
years.
A long time.
2 decades
A very long time of mayhem. And I think what happened was, like, we connect so well also because when it comes to our interests, we're both big kids.
Oh, yeah.
We
yeah.
love talking about things.
Yes.
Like, we're passionate about horror movies or movies, music, wrestling. We could just, and we love being geeks and talking about it.
Fucking
and I would say
hot,
we're pretty
white,
much
nerdy.
and we're like cool geeks though.
Yeah.
I
We
think
get
we're like-
laid.
Dude, I was watching Scramble Vision when the first WrestleMania was on. My parents would never rent it. So I was watching it with the squigglies, like porn.
Oh, yeah.
I was going,
I
saw
know about
something.
squiggly porn. This guy knows about squiggly porn. I have a
Jesus
fucking
Christ.
degree in squiggly porn.
Squiggly porn.
I've been trying to see a boob for 45 minutes. You kids, you were so lucky you got the internet. We had shit.
Kids today, they don't have to work at it. They don't have to work for anything.
Let me tell you something.
wife's
I'm
gonna kick
going
my ass.
to incriminate myself. Today is a huge day for us because this is like
Oh, right.
the rest of the world has like the Super Bowl, but we have this.
This is better.
This is much better, and there's no commercials.
That's right. There are no real commercials. And thank you to Jerry for giving me the password for WWE Network. But
Yeah, fuck you. No, I'm just-
that's not helping them, I guess. But we're not helping them. We're helping the fans.
Dude, you know how much fucking merch I still buy, like when it's on sale?
Oh my God, I know.
I got a rock T-shirt on right now. I mean,
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't see that. Boots to asses.
Boots to asses, because that's what I'm all about.
That's the thing. Like, I'm excited about it tonight. I'm not as excited as usual for WrestleMania as far as the show itself.
I'm more
because
excited just to hang out with you.
That's the thing. Like,
Yeah.
Once we get rolling, you know what's going to happen later, too?
What?
In the middle of the show, we're going to be so funny and we're going to be in our zone and we're going to both go, why didn't we record? Oh, man, we should have taped this part.
Of course.
This would have been, And I think, all right, cousin Tommy's coming.
Oh shit.
Tommy, sorry, guys. If you don't want to listen to this, fast forward it or go fuck your mothers. My cousin Tom, we all came up together and we don't get to see Tommy a lot.
Nope.
We don't get to see anybody anymore, but
Nope.
when we all get together, Wayne will be here, and he might even be on the show if he gets here pretty soon. And Wayne will come, and I think that's it. Uncle Billy said he was coming, but I think he's moving to Arizona, so I don't know.
That might conflict.
But this is another thing. All right, this is a good subject, too, about WrestleMania or any pay-per-view. What's with the Sunday night thing? Because I don't know about you, but I don't like it on Sunday night. I know
No.
it's like a family day or some shit.
I wish it was on Saturday.
Why can't it be on Saturday? I mean, I have to get up at 5 a.m. And I don't want to. And I don't. So that means by 10:30, 11, I'm going to be going, oh, shit. Okay. I can't even watch the Walking Dead finale.
What
I'm
have
gonna
I
be in bed.
done?
Do you watch that still, The Walking Dead?
No. I just read the comic book.
I have that too. It got good. Season 3 on was like amazing. And
Yeah.
tonight's the season 5 finale. And of course, they've been doing nothing but slaying like every good character this season. Like that's their gimmick now. Just keep upsetting fans.
They
and
got the
killing
new
people.
show, Fear.
Yeah, right.
What
Like,
wouldn't Fear the Walking Dead? Oh my God, these guys are geniuses. Mike, how could they ever come up with such a title?
if you go, I know this Kirkman guy.
Oh my God.
No, but if you go on Facebook and there's the Walking Dead official page,
Yeah.
any given post, the fans are fucking both crazy,
Yes.
passionate, and they're actually also stupid beyond repair. So you'll see these memes, millions of memes. I mean, thousands on every post. And I posted one because there was one of Rick.
Mhm.
And you know how he's got his son Carl, and
Yeah.
he calls him Coral. Coral.
Coral.
Well, somebody had a picture of him going Coral, spelt like coral reef,
Yeah.
and had a big fish tank behind him with
Yeah.
coral. And I posted that.
That's
and I had
funny.
like 500 likes.
Yes.
And I went, I don't know 500 people.
No.
Nobody likes any of the music I post.
Nope.
But that stupid picture
But-
that I didn't make is popular.
Yeah.
That's what this is. You almost, and I guess there's a lesson in that too. You got to almost like find whatever's already hot or buzzing and latch onto it and like kind of stick your dick in whatever's already big, kind of a thing.
Yeah. It's sad, but that is kind of the truth.
Right?
Yeah.
Because I'm a sellout, and I'll be the first to admit it. Now, as a musician, people go, wait, you listen to like Roger Waters, Tom Waits, Peter Gabriel, Concrete Blood. Like, you're not a sellout. You were really about the art. I'm 37, and I rent a house in Ronkonkoma. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Give me money, and I will fucking lick my own asshole on TV.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat, man. It's crazy. The thing too is that with The Walking Dead, is that it wasn't like a horror thing where it was
Right.
there is the hardcore contingent like you that are into horror and all the macabre and everything. But this was like the first show where like everybody watches this show.
Yeah.
The numbers don't lie.
Well, I think as a zombie thing or the walkers, it's more like a theme. It's like a backdrop, but it's really a drama. It's really a soap opera about the people, I guess.
Well, to me, what it was he basically Kirkman took what George Romero had created
Yeah.
and turned it into a long form storytelling.
And yet it still doesn't
Device.
have the moral of the what's the word?
Like the social commentary.
Yeah, the social commentary is still not there.
Yeah, it's not there.
It's a great show, don't get me wrong.
Oh, yeah.
But like in this summer or whenever they had like the first part of the season, like maybe like October or whatever.
Yeah.
Homeland, the show on Showtime, was running also on Sunday nights. That's the one with Claire Danes.
Yes.
And Mandy Patinkin. And so I'd watch The Walking Dead, and right after that, I'd go right to Showtime and watch the repeat of that week's Homeland. And Homeland is brilliant. That's actually
that's a good show.
Amazing show. And I didn't know anything about it till like a year ago. So I'm watching both back to back, thinking, it's on Showtime. I'll watch it. It's actually, there's probably no better show on TV than Homeland. And I'm going, this is a surprise because this is coming right after Walking Dead for me. And I love The Walking Dead. So if you ever get a chance, like that is an amazing show. I don't even know how to describe it. What else? Person of Interest. Do you ever watch that?
No.
What
I
the hell-
rarely.
what do you're never around probably at night.
The thing, what I do is now, I mean, like the last show that I watched weekly episodically was Breaking Bad. I was
That's such a
addicted to it.
fucking brilliant
And then
show.
I was addicted to True Blood. And then it
Yeah,
turned to,
you were saying
it
that.
turned to shit.
Did it?
The last season, I still haven't even watched the last season.
I haven't seen it.
But for the most part, I'm most excited right now. What's coming up is April 10th, Netflix Day and Day, 13 episodes of Daredevil. 1 hour episodes. Yes.
And isn't that great? They put them all up there.
Yeah.
So you could be like a nerd and like.
Oh my God, Mike, I think Godzilla's here.
Do you hear that? I don't know if that's.
Oh my
maybe.
God. If it is picking up, listeners, what you're hearing is an airplane and not Godzilla. If it was Godzilla, this show would be huge because
Let me tell you something. I've lived in this house for over 5 years, and we're right next to the airport. Every single plane that passes by is the one that's going to end up in my backyard. I swear I never get used to that fucking noise.
we need to get you out of here.
Kidding.
I feel
Holy
bad
shit.
for you.
Yeah, I think it's pretty obvious to everyone around me that my anxiety level has been soaring lately. And nothing's off limits. Like, it could be anything from how the car drives to fucking anything. Like, I can't handle shit, and that's not good.
Dude, I got a pocket full of Xanax. I got painkillers. And the thing is maybe.
You ever try Klonopin?
Of course.
Do you like that?
Yes.
Is that how does that stack up to Xanax?
Xanax is very quick, powerful, and narcotic.
Right.
Klonopin is more kind of like lasts longer and slowly release, makes you all buttery.
Oh, good.
All the colors of the rainbow, Daddy. All the colors.
WrestleMania 31. It's like
31.
So anyway,
We're bringing it full circle.
Yeah, dude, we're gonna end this with fucking WrestleMania 31 predictions.
Fuck. It's predictions.
All right, Undertaker Wyatt. obviously Undertaker, right? Like,
Taker loses.
you think? He might,
Yeah, because next year they're gonna have it at the AT&T Stadium where the Cowboys play.
Right.
That bitch can hold 100,000, and you know Vince wants to break that record. So next year you're seeing Taker is gonna retire, and you're gonna see Austin.
Undertaker might lose again.
Undertaker,
that'd be funny. Actually.
Undertaker will lose, and then in his final match, his retirement match, he'll do the Hall of Fame next year.
Yeah.
What'll end up happening is he'll go over in that match and then ride off into the sunset.
Well, maybe because he's not long for this.
No.
Reigns, Wyatt. No, the Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns.
You know, I still have my friends at WWE. Get me a job, you pricks. And one of my lady friends told me that when they designed Roman Reigns, that he was supposed to be the Batman to John Cena's Superman.
Right.
That was the marketing of Roman Reigns. They've shoved him down our throat. The only thing that changed is that Brock has a 3-year contract. Personally, I do not think he's ready.
I don't.
I think he's greener than grass.
Yeah.
I don't think he can cut a promo.
No.
I don't think he can work that good. I don't think he's that good of an entertainer or a pro wrestler.
No, I agree.
The children like him, but then again, children like playing with their own feces. Women like him because he looks like he walked off. He looks like Fabio 2K15.
He's a fucking Greek god.
I'd fuck him if we were in prison. All right, you know, shit happens. But you've got that. The problem is you've got either Roman goes over,
right?
Brock turns face, which was alluded at the other night with him and Heyman that Brock might. He's like, hey, you know, when Paul Heyman said to him, he's like, he'll take your children.
Yeah.
Like Brock was like, I don't know about that. He's like, I ain't down with that, Paul.
Right. He looked at him for like a minute, and I didn't know when I saw that. Was he just doing that because he was trying to act and he had nothing to say? Or
no, it was a subtle nuance.
Because once Paul Heyman gets into his groove, man, it's almost like watching Randy Macho Man Savage. Like the intensity level.
There's like fucking watching like Jackson Pollock paint. It's like it's just insane.
I don't know what fucking Brock Lesnar. All I know is WWE, they have like no command over superstars anymore, right? They can't get these motherfuckers to do what they want.
Ooh, yeah.
That's another thing people are talking about, that he might cash that in, the Money in the Bank bit.
Yeah, that's true too.
That would be kind of cool. Like if Roman Reigns wins and Seth Rollins comes out and fucking takes it, that would be amazing to me. That when it comes to who knows, basically, like I don't know, it depends on contracts too. Like if they already said to Roman Reigns in writing somehow that you're getting the title at WrestleMania, this is what's going down, maybe they would. But if Brock Lesnar said to Vince or whoever, if he said, I'll come back if you give me this money and I keep the title.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's definitely a big part of what this is. Now that you've got Orton versus Seth Rollins, we don't know what's going to happen, but it really doesn't matter what happens in that match because Rollins has that money in the bank.
Yeah. And he's held it for too long anyway.
Oh, shit. Cousin Tommy's here.
Tommy's here.
Oh, my God.
Tommy T.
How you doing?
Just wrapping up a little podcast, a little experiment in
we're just kind of
engineering.
Going. How you doing, fella?
Not bad.
It's good. No, there's no reason to interrupt. I would just like to say to the listeners, last time Cousin Tommy let me smoke some dope, I had a fucking panic attack. He gets that dank shit. It's kind of like smoking with Snoop Dogg for the first time.
So where's Jerry for 10 minutes?
Right. Yeah. He's like fucking hiding in my neighbor's poison ivy.
Under their pool.
Trying to pick ginseng.
I've been smoking ginseng with Cousin Tommy all night.
It was like all fucking placebo. It was like oregano or something, and Jerry's like climbing trees.
Hey, if it was fucking fantastic.
It's amazing.